everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 3 of Royal Clan in ClanGen. When we left off, we had a very awkward confession that resulted in a rejection, along with change to the political ranks. However, the hunting was good and food seems to have stabilized for everyone. We are now picking up on Moon 157 in the second turn of New Leaf. Let's see what happens next. Picking up with our main events, let's see what's been going on with our cats. Ghostfeather has recovered from his dislocated joint. Queen Rainstar's sprain has healed. Fierce Tooth has recovered from birthing her litter. Lotus Gaze confessed his feelings to Cinnamon Tail again, but was rejected. Again! Oh, Lotus Gaze. Cinnamon Tail made it quite clear to him in the last episode that he was going to stay faithful to his mate Freezefur. And he was also, I think, not really reacting to this confession and rejection, probably because he didn't want to make things uncomfortable for Lotus Gaze, but after a moon, it seems as though Lotus Gaze has worked up the courage to ask again because he doesn't seem to want to back down. Lotus Gaze, maybe you're just not meant for Cinnamon Tail. And then Bone Kit caught an insect while sneaking outside of the camp and proudly wears its wings as a trophy of her journey. Guys, this is so cute. Look at Bone Kit. Look at Bone Kit. She was already so adorable. But like seriously, with those cicada wings, they match her eyes too. Oh my goodness, she's adorable. She's so adorable. Well, that's all we have for the main events. Let's check up on the medicine cat den. It seems as though we don't have any hurt or sick cats in den, or out of den, or with minor injuries. That's actually so good. Let's see, the medicine den log. Ghostfeather was given Daisy as treatment for dislocated joint, and then he recovered from that. Queen Rainstar was given Dandelion as as treatment for sprain, and then she healed from that. Fierce Tooth was given Moss as treatment for recovering from birth. She recovered from that, and then Ghostfeather gathered Juniper and Horsetail this moon. Okay, I want to know what's going on with our relationship events, and what was the build-up to Lotus Gaze making that second confession. Cinnamon Tail is building up Shining Stripe's confidence. Cinnamon Tail sends a clanmate to help Shining Stripe with something he's struggling with. Flare-Freckle can't stand hearing about how helpful Midnight is. Okay. Despite past disagreements, Freezefur is kind to Flare-Freckle in passing. It is so strange to me that Flare-Freckle can't stand Midnight when Midnight's current mate Ghostfeather confessed his feelings to Flare-Freckle like 3 times and she rejected him 3 times, and now she has a problem with his mate? Like, Flare-Freckle, what's going on with you? Okay, Inkfella wishes she looked more like Bone Kit. I mean, me too. Me too. Bone Kit is just so adorable. Fierce Tooth seems respectful of Inkfella's boundaries as of late. Inkfeather is hoping that Queen Rainstar notices her. Foxclaw hears Cinnamon Tail crying over something everyone downplayed the severity of. Okay, hold on. So Cinnamon Tail was crying over something. Maybe Cinnamon Tail, I mean, he is typically confident, but he might be a little bit worried about how, Lotus Gaze's behavior is going to impact his relationship with Freezefur, even though Freezefur hasn't said anything about it. And so he's, crumbling from pressure, but he was crying. Oh, Cinnamon Tail. Maybe nobody really thought much of it, but it actually meant a lot to Cinnamon Tail to preserve whatever he has with Freezefur. Hazel Kit gives Foxclaw a big piece of fresh kill. Hazel Kit a daydreamer. Lotus Gaze can't help but laugh when Ghostfeather tells a funny joke. Hazel Kit keeps asking Ghostfeather silly questions. Hazel Kit doesn't say sorry when bumping into Freezefur. Bone Kit doesn't laugh when Freezefur does something embarrassing. Queen Rainstar is making up a new clan with Foxclaw. Burn Kit does something that makes Queen Rainstar's day a little happier. Burn Kit is our, impulsive one. A cloud parts over Cinnamon Tail and Flare-Freckle, shining a light on them. They interpret this as a sign that they are meant for great things soon. Okay, that's intriguing. Cinnamon Tail decides to be the bigger cat and plans to make amends with Hazel Kit. Fierce Tooth is motivated by Shining Stripe's big smile. I'm pretty sure that's her father, right? Which is really cute. There's something soothing about Burnkit that Fiercetooth never realized before. Midnight sees a clanmate complimenting Inkfeather and feels a pang of envy. Midnight bickered about something trivial with Foxclaw. Lotus Gaze always goes to Scorch Hollow first when he needs advice. Lotus Gaze and Hazel Kit trip over the same twig in camp, and then Lotus Gaze confessed his feelings to Cinnamon again. Okay, so I wonder if maybe the clan kind of noticed that Cinnamon Tail was feeling a little bit down about something, and I don't know, the rejection, it must have been playing on Lotus Gaze's mind, and maybe Lotus Gaze just wasn't ready to give up after one try. So he went to his younger brother to talk about it, and his younger brother advised him to not regret things and try and work up the courage again to once more let Cinnamon Tail know what he feels. Like maybe Cinnamon Tail didn't understand the gravity of it before and didn't take him as seriously. And the second time he would get kind of a clearer answer. So he spent some time with Hazel Kit kind of just leaving it in the background and decided, you know what, let's do it. Okay, Scorch Hollow and Bone Kit find out they have nice conversations when they aren't bickering. Scorch Hollow, Lotus Gaze, and Fiercetooth had a nice talk while eating. Okay, that's interesting. Scorch Hollow cheers Burn Kit up after a small disagreement. Burn Kit shares nest material with Inkfeather. Freezefur won't tell Hazel Kit what's got him acting weird. Look at that. And I think Hazel Kit's been spending quite a bit of time butting heads with Cinnamon Tail as well. So I kind of wonder, through some of these interactions, if we're getting an idea that maybe Freezefur, even though he doesn't say it, he's kind of being affected as well. Like he's been acting weirdly after the second confession. But nobody really knows what's on his mind. And then Bone Kit nods politely as midnight passes by. Now we're going to take a look at the cat list, but I just realized while going through the relationship events that I forgot to do something I typically do with a new litter. As soon as they are born, I like to check with their parents to see who the favorite of the litter is for each parent, and I did not do that. So we're going to check now, and I suppose that is going to essentially be the status they have throughout their lives. Oh, I should have thought about this. And also, I actually want to make a note of this with the parents, like who their favorite child is in the litter. I should be doing this. So Burn Kit, Hazel Kit, and Bone Kit. Who are your parents? Your parents are Fiercetooth and Foxclaw, I think. So let's check who the favorite child of Foxclaw is. His favorite child is Bone Kit. I love that. Okay, so his youngest daughter, who is shy, and he's sneaky, so maybe he likes her low-key personality. But Bone Kit is Foxclaw's favorite daughter. I'm gonna write this down. I'll make a note off camera. And then for Fiercetooth, her favorite child is Hazel Kit. She likes the Daydreamer. You know what? She's insecure, so I could kind of see that. She and Hazel Kit, they maybe spend more time thinking about how much better the future can be, or, you know, hoping for good outcomes from things. So I kind of like that. But okay, she likes the middle child. That's so interesting that she favors her middle daughter, and Foxclaw favors his youngest daughter. So poor impulsive Burn Kit. No wonder Burn Kit is acting out so much. She's like the invisible child in her litter. Oh my goodness. But let's see what all the cats are doing. Queen Rainstar doesn't want to go on Dawn Patrol. Foxclaw saw a two-legged kid playing with a kitty pet. Ghostfeather saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Freezefur can't find Fiercetooth anywhere. Cinnamon Tail is feeling restless. Fiercetooth helps around camp in between her duties. Lotus Gaze almost died of embarrassment after a recent fumble on a patrol. I bet you he was distracted after the rejection, and then he fumbled and he got even more embarrassed. Scorch Hollow is helping to reinforce the walls of the Elder's Den. Midnight is hoping she finds an opportunity to slip back to her nest. Inkfeather is comforting Ghostfeather after a hard day. Shining Stripe seems to know everything about Royal Clan's history. I love that. He's a lore master, so it makes sense. He would know everything about the beginning of, Royal Clan and how things started off, the stories they have over the seasons and generations. That'd be interesting. Flare Freckle is always a cheerful presence around camp. Burn Kit starts whining when Ghostfella ignores her. Hazel Kit has tiny little paws, and Bone Kit cowers in her nest during a particularly rough storm. There was something else in the last episode that I completely forgot to do. I was supposed to do a matchmaking with Ghostfella and Midnight through Freezefur, and I completely forgot. I did go after the episode and do it off camera, but I only realized once the video was up that, I missed out on that. I think I've been so used to the past couple of episodes, either the matchmaker being sick or unavailable or one of the cats we have to matchmake, that I completely overlooked it. But since I remember this time around, let's go to Freezefur. Let's get Ghostfella and Midnight. So they have a, good impression of each other, but they aren't in love just yet. Let's see how they do. I mean, Ghostfella is bold, Midnight is childish. I kind of like the idea that Ghostfella, he's had, other cats in the clan that he has had strong feelings for. So I don't imagine him being as kind of enamored with Midnight, but I feel like ever since Midnight has come in, we've kind of seen through a lot of her behaviors that she's quite enamored with Ghostfella. So let's see how this goes. Okay, let's see, comfort increased, romance, respect, trust increased, jealousy and dislike decreased. So they seem to be improving the impression of each other at a good rate. But yeah, I think Midnight really does like Ghostfella's boldness. Even though he's younger than her, makes him seem very mature. And I think with time, maybe Ghostfella is going to learn to appreciate Midnight's childishness, which I really like. And that is all we have for the cat list. On to our patrols. So we currently have 31.4 prey. We need 28, so we don't have to worry about food this time around. We will send our Royal Physician Ghostfella out first to see what he gets up to. Ghostfella heads out on a herb gathering patrol, searching for the evergreen, ever-reliable horsetail to harvest for the herb stores. Proceed. Ghostfella is distracted today and it affects his work. The patrol is unsuccessful. And then we're going to have a patrol of 6 with Fierce Tooth, Queen Rainstar, Scorch Hollow, Lotus Gaze, Foxclaw, and Cinnamon Tail. So let's see what they get up to. There's a spring in their steps as the cats head out. Today looks like a good day for hunting. Proceed. The area the patrol chooses has been the subject of several recent hunts, and these hunting grounds are now sparsely populated with fearful, cautious prey. The patrol doesn't have any success, which is quite unfortunate because, no, I think we'll be good for another moon, but the moon after. If next moon is not successful with hunting, the moon after, we're gonna have a serious problem. And that's all for this episode. We had some unexpected emotional drama with our strange love triangle, but there were also some adorable moments with the little kittens. With that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.